How's it going, guys? Bring your platoon here, and welcome back to another game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today won't be anything special, just it'll be the first time I've ever played the Sheridan, the Tier 10 American light tank, with the Derp gun on. In my entire history of playing the tank and 3-marking it, this is the first time I'm using the Derp cannon. The 152mm that it gets, instead of the much more reliable and competitive 105mm. The HE round you get as standard for this tank is 76mm of penetration, dealing 910 damage on average per penetration, and then you get the 152mm of pen premium ammunition heat rounds, which only deal 700 damage. So that's weird. And then I won't even go into the quote-unquote premium high explosive round, because it only gives you 85mm of penetration with probably a little bit more splash damage or module damage, whatever. You might as well just be shooting standard HE instead of wasting credits on that. Is it wasting credits, or is it just basically the HE's version of HE? I don't know. It looks cooler. I'll give it that. The picture's got like a dark red line and more orangish tint to it, but whatever. You know the stats for the Sheridan. I won't go into that. I'm just going to talk about the gun. Dispersion at 100 meters, 0.53. Beautiful. Aim time, 3.3. Yikes. I think that's even worse on console. I could be wrong, though. Rate of fire, rounds per minute, 3. Ugh. Gross. Disgusting. But, like, you can see how big the fucking aim circle gets with every little motion that I put into moving this tank. It just... Why do people do this to themselves? Yes, it's hilarious when it works, and I do get it to work, I believe, multiple times in this game. I pen a light tank. I pen a really stupid spot on a Object 430U with the standard HE. It's pretty funny. And no, it's not as ass end. Hilarious. But we'll get to it when we get to it. I'm doing the standard spotting things I would normally do with the 105mm gun. I try to get, like, this... Like, you can't aim with this thing. As I say that, and like, wait for the shot to zoom in as much as possible and fire, and it hits his hatch for 400 instead of penning it, because, ooh, that's so funny. Do I get a free shot on this Object 430? No, that doesn't happen. He gets away, and I think I realize that I'm 6 cents anytime now. Yeah, there you go. Move your tank a little bit. Already still a thing. I don't know why I stood still for that long. Although, I guess I already 3-marked it, so there's really nothing to worry about other than making my own stats worse, which I really don't care about at this point, because it's very easy to go up with the substandard teammates you get all the time anyway. But, yeah, I tried firing with the aim circle all the way out there. That definitely didn't fucking work. You have to wait until that aiming circle gets as small as possible, or just being up next to somebody. But even then, you have to wait for the aiming circle to at least get a little less crazy, because you can miss point blank with this thing, and that's hilarious. That's less accurate than the KV-2's gun. That's amazing. Like, I really want to take a chance at going into this 430U, because chances are he'll have his ass turned, and I won't get spotted until it's too late for him. So I'm going to take the chance. What happens? I'm going to look at him, and ass end of his turret for 971. Oh, this thing's so stupid. Why would anyone do this? Every 17 seconds, you get a chance to deal a 900 damage shell-ish. I don't understand. You could fire 3 times and get 1,200 damage. Wait. Almost three times and get 1,200 damage in the time that it takes this gun to reload. And like, oh, there's another tier 10 light tank. Let's put a free shell into him. For 822. Hell yeah. Cool beans. But yeah, it just like why would I don't get it. I don't derping in a fast tank doesn't make sense to me. Like you can either go full retard against a waffly 100 or anything with basically no armor on it. Oh, by the way, I must mention my great driving in this gameplay you're seeing. I think I've hit not every single rock, but like 3 rocks so far in the gameplay and almost flipped my tank every single time. So that's pretty great. But here's a cool little weird shot as well. Hey, thanks RNG servers or whatever. Yeah, that went through his tank. No question there. You saw that the projectile go through the front of his tank. Yeah. Not RNG servers. Thank you, Wargaming servers. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. But like, I'm gonna show you what happens when you can't pen a tank. Like, I've got heat loaded, perfect side of Andre the Giant. Yeah, it's got spaced armor. That's probably not the best ammunition to be using against that thing. I probably should have aimed a little bit more back on his turret to pen him, but yeah. That was my own fault. That was a terrible example. Disregard that. But there's a Death Star. I want to get a free hit into him because I now have a derp cannon, and I think that would just be perfectly ironic to put a shell into him. But instead, I'm going to take my time aiming in on this Type 61. Why? Because I just penned him with 76 millimeters of standard penetration. Oh my god. That poor Type 61. He never had a chance. And like, ooh, look what I can do. 244 or 224, whatever that number was. To the side of your tank. Every 17 seconds. That's where less armor is. Imagine if I hit his front. It probably would have did 100 or less than that. So funny. JK. What happens to me though? He hits me on the run. Because my tank can't do that, but his can. His absolutely can. Love that heavy tank. I hated this experience, but it was funny when it worked. So maybe it's just for the lull factor, and maybe the more serious players just use the 105mm gun to get the 3rd mark, and then just have fun with the derp. I don't know. If you think you're better off using the derp gun just for the funsies, then by all means go for it. But like, it's not for me. I'm not a big fan, and my friend gets to lure out the last camping medium tank on the enemy team, and then he gets wailed on by 2 other people. Pretty funny. Love it when that happens. But yeah, a nice 5,000 damage combined, nothing special. I contemplated not even uploading this, but it's whatever. It's my first experience derping, so yeah. In this tank, let me clarify, it's first time derping in this tank. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.